I'm Stephen Morris, and this is
Gillian Gilbert.
A Brand New Order. We're at the Open'er Festival, and you're watching clashmusic.com.
We just had so much fun, really.
Yeah, it's called the snowball effect. We honestly didn't think we'd be doing much beyond those two gigs, and maybe the one that we did in London. But the first thing that happened was someone said, "Would you like to come to South America?" where it was sunny. So we said yes.
For 9 days,
For
3 gigs, and we
it was
thought,
like,
yeah.
do you want to come on holiday? So that was easy, and and it just carried on from there, really. It is really, really important. I mean, it's like in my studio, because it's really hard when you get an idea, and I've got an idea, right? I've got to turn the computer on. You've got to do this. Oh, I've got to plug this in. I've got to do that. And you just forget what you're doing now. It's great that it's all always there, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's good for us because we had the children in the other house.
Yeah.
So it's like working from home for us.
Yeah, they've started.
And they have to come to us, don't they?
Well, they've got their own
they've
studio.
They've got a band now. So.
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Growing clients from the studio. I never wanted any. Well, you say new.
New. Phil's not new at all now.
Phil's been there for a decade.
Yeah.
Which is, it's 10 years. He's getting a bit jaded.
Still the new boy.
He'll always, because I was the new one, and now he's a new one. So.
Well, Tom's the new one, really.
No, he's a new one.
He's a new one, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's all right. It's quite interesting having 5 people, because it means you're quite versatile. You can have like a football team. You can vary your shape.
Yeah.
3 guitars, 2 keyboards, which it's good. It's been because we we did redo a lot of the old songs, and it really helps doing that, because it makes you more flexible in what you can do.
Yeah. It was a lot harder then, wasn't it?
It was a lot harder, yeah.
To actually play it live. It was fine when you're writing on the stuff.
Well, it didn't really matter the fact that it broke down every 5 minutes when you're in the studio. You could just go and have a sandwich or something, or do something else for a day. But live, it was very, very difficult, wasn't it? I mean, when we first started out, we played with bands like Cabaret Voltaire and Orchestral Manoeuvres, who use the electronics before us, and they use tape machines. And we go, well, tape machines, that's for losers. No, when we do it, we're going to use it all live. And when you start doing it, you think, this would be a lot easier if you actually use a tape recorder, wouldn't it? After it's broken down. It's funny, isn't it? I'm often asked this question: what is it about Manchester? And there isn't really an answer, apart from the fact that maybe there's a few things. First, it's a university town, so you keep getting lots of young people coming in, and because there's lots of young people coming in, there's an active nightlife, and therefore a music scene, which kind of helps. But I think it's weird that there's such a consistent level of bands that come out of Manchester, and it's not like they all sound the same. They're all different.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's great. I mean, and also it covers quite a large area. But people say Manchester, you can come from Bury, and you'll be Manchester. 24-Hour Party People was like Carry On Factory Records. It was a comedy, and it kind of it did get across some of the wacky ways of the factory folk. That would have been a good byline, wouldn't it? The wacky way. Yeah, bear that in mind if you ever do a remake.
Sequel.
Yeah. Wacky ways of factory folk. It was odd. 24-Hour People wasn't as odd, because it was kind of like one stage removed. When they did like Control, that was kind of a bit more personal and a bit heart-wrenching. A bit close to the bone. That was. I mean, the thing is, you've got there's this northern thing about, and it's a general thing, is you make light of adversity, and you make a joke about it, which is the only way you could get through it. But it's a bit of it is like, how many times do you have to live your life, and it's kind of like reopening a wound, really. Some of it. I mean, you found it a bit upsetting.
Well, it was upsetting.
It was,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
it was a bit upsetting. Because it was kind of like the one thing that we didn't want to do when we started doing New Order, was we kind of kept away from all that, because we just wanted to just do music, and that was it. And then people just coming up and asking you, oh, well, Joy Division, you just didn't want to talk about it. And it's just taken 20, nearly 30 years to reach a stage where it's okay, you talk about it, all this, right? There's been all these films, but it's still, you can't go over the fact that somebody died.
Yeah,
And that's,
I think it's because it's so personal to him. It's his story,
yeah,
in a way. And when you see the actors actually playing in the band, because there wasn't much footage of Joy Division anyway,
yeah,
it becomes more real. And it's, even though it's not real, it's because there's nothing.
it was real.
What?
The story was real.
Oh, the
It
story
wasn't
was
made
real.
up.
No, I mean the band.
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Well, they've always been kind of very like private people, really, and I really don't like when it turns into a bit of a slanging match in the press. I mean, it's stupid, really. It doesn't solve anything. It's fine. Yes, I was in the band with him for 30 years. It's fine. He doing what he wants to do, slagging us off, and we're doing what we want to do, saying fine.
It's his opinion,
Yeah.
his take on things.
You're entitled to your opinion, though, even though I may not agree with it. I didn't get around today without being diplomatic.